My beloved brothers and sisters, let me ask you a question that cuts deep into the heart of almost every young person today. Why is it that before the doors of marriage open, we often find ourselves blocked by challenges, delays, heartbreaks, or confusing setbacks? And why does it sometimes feel like our Creator is testing us more in this phase of life than at any other time? Have you ever wondered why a person with sincere intentions to marry finds the journey filled with obstacles that shake their patience, their dignity, and their hope? Let us pause for a moment and reflect on this, because if you truly want to understand the wisdom behind trials before marriage, you are in the right place. And before I take you deeper into this reminder, I want you to leave a comment of your wish, something like that, because when you engage with good reminders, you are planting seeds of hope for yourself and for others. So say Alhamdulillah in every situation. It gives you more than what you desire. It calms the storms of your waiting. It reminds you that even your delayed moments are not wasted moments. They are hidden treasures waiting to be uncovered. And I want you to realize right now that the pain you feel while waiting is not without purpose. The disappointment you carry when proposals do not work out, or when families create hurdles, or when finances become tight, when society judges your worth unfairly. All of that is not meant to crush you, but to polish you. Not meant to destroy your spirit, but to sharpen your patience. Not meant to reduce your dignity, but to elevate your understanding of self, respect. So let us dive together into this journey of the unseen wisdom, and let me loop this point back to you again, so it settles into your heart. Every obstacle before marriage is not a punishment, it is a preparation. Every delay is not rejection, it is direction. Every heartbreak is not the end of your story, it is the editing of your story by the one who knows your tomorrow better than you know your today. Do you feel the connection? My brothers and sisters, the trial you are carrying now may very well be the reason you are saved from lifelong regret later. And that is why you must not measure your worth by how quickly you get married. You must measure your worth by how gracefully you endure the waiting. Because the waiting itself is part of your training. The waiting itself is part of your story. And I say to you, if you want to hold on to hope and dignity until the doors of marriage open, then you are listening to the right reminder. For this message is not just words, it is your shield against hopelessness. It is your rope when you feel like letting go. It is your answer when society questions your delay. And here is a secondary hook to pull you in. Even stronger, what if the very pain you are cursing today is the blessing you will thank tomorrow? What if the rejection that broke your heart is the protection that saved your soul? What if the delay that frustrates you is the design that guarantees your happiness? Think about it. Is it not true that many who rushed into marriage without patience found themselves trapped in regret, while many who endured trials with patience discovered marriages built on respect, trust, and peace? So when you feel like saying, "Why me?" change your tongue to say, "Alhamdulillah." When you feel like giving up, tell yourself that your Creator is not ignoring you, but preparing you. When you feel like your age is passing and nothing is moving, remind yourself that your story is not late. It is written at the perfect pace. And if you want this deep peace to settle in your soul, then you are on the right place. For I will take you step by step through the loops of understanding, connecting you again and again to the truth that waiting is not wasting, that trials are not curses, that delays are not denials, they are blessings in disguise. And I promise you, if you stay with me in this journey, you will find yourself not only respecting the process, but also respecting yourself. Because trials before marriage are not meant to make you feel worthless. They are meant to remind you that you are worth more than you imagine. So hold on, say Alhamdulillah and walk with patience, because the path you are on is shaping the marriage you will one day cherish. And if you want to understand how this wisdom unfolds in real life situations, if you want to know why the Merciful allows you to face heartbreak before giving you a heart to hold, then stay tuned, because this is only the beginning. And I assure you, the journey we are on together will reshape the way you look at every single trial before marriage from this day forward. My beloved brothers and sisters, let us move deeper into this journey, because some of you may be asking in your hearts right now, why must the path to something so pure as marriage be filled with such heavy trials? Why must I endure rejection, delays, confusion, and moments where I feel like I am left behind while others move ahead? And I want to remind you again that every test you face before marriage is not placed in your life to break you, but to prepare you, not to remove your dignity, but to increase it, not to destroy your hope, but to refine it. So listen carefully as I explain in another loop, because sometimes our hearts only understand when we hear the truth again and again from different angles. The reason trials come before marriage is because marriage is not just about love and companionship. It is about responsibility, sacrifice, patience, dignity, and understanding. And if you are not prepared through small trials now, how will you endure the greater tests of life that will surely come after marriage? And here lies a hidden wisdom, my brothers and sisters, that the challenges you are facing now, whether it is the rejection of a proposal, the delay of a family decision, or the struggle of finances, are actually training grounds. They are shaping you into a stronger person who will one day carry the weight of a family with respect and perseverance. Let me give you a connection point here. Think about a student preparing for an important exam. The exam itself is heavy, but what makes them ready is the small quizzes, the practice tests, the endless nights of revision, so that when the final exam arrives, they are not lost, they are not destroyed, they are prepared. In the same way, your pre-marriage trials are like those practice tests. They are polishing your patience, testing your sincerity, exposing your weaknesses, and giving you strength. And this is why, when your patience is stretched during the waiting period, when your tears fall after another disappointment, when your heart feels weak after another rejection, you must remind yourself, this is my training, this is my preparation, this is my lesson before the real chapter begins. And if you want peace in your waiting, if you want courage in your delays, then you are on the right place, because this message is a lifeline for those who are tired of waiting. And here is a secondary hook that will grip you tightly. What if the delay you are crying about today is the very delay that saves you from a broken marriage tomorrow? What if the door that did not open for you is the very door that would have led you into a life of regret? What if the heartbreak you endured is the exact shield that protected you from greater harm? Reflect deeply, my beloved brothers and sisters. How many people rushed into marriage out of desperation and later wished they had waited? And how many endured the bitterness of patience and later tasted the sweetness of peace? And I want to loop this truth again. Patience now saves regret later. Endurance now builds peace later. Trust now leads to blessings later. So when you see your peers getting married while you are left waiting, do not see yourself as a failure. See yourself as a person under special training by the merciful. When you feel like your worth is measured by your marital status, do not fall into that trap, because your worth is measured by your patience, your dignity, your character, your worship, and your trust. And let me give you another connection point. Imagine a seed planted in the soil, hidden beneath the dirt where no one sees it. If the seed cries out saying, "Why am I buried? Why am I delayed?" it would never grow, because it stays patient under the soil, because it stays hidden for the right time. One day it breaks out as a tree, strong and fruitful, shading others and producing blessings. Your waiting is like that seed moment, hidden, silent, lonely, but filled with potential. And when the time is right, your Creator will allow you to grow into a marriage that gives shade, comfort, and fruits of happiness. So do not curse your seed time. Respect it, honor it, and trust it, for it is not wasted. It is working silently. And if you are still doubting in your heart whether your story is moving forward, I remind you with love, say to yourself again and again, my delay is not my denial, my heartbreak is not my ending, my rejection is not my worth, my waiting is my training. And say this until it becomes your shield. And remember always that every single tear you shed is not ignored. Every prayer you whisper is not lost. Every moment of patience is counted. And I say to you, if you want this calmness to fill your soul, then you are in the right place, because we will walk this journey together until you see your waiting not as a curse, but as a blessing in disguise. Now let me ask you again with curiosity, what if your Creator is actually saving the best for last? What if your patience today is buying your peace tomorrow? If your pain now is investing in your lifelong happiness later? If you truly reflect on this, your entire perspective will change. And this is exactly why trials before marriage are filled with wisdom, because without them you may settle for less than your worth. With them you are reminded that you deserve better. And I promise you, this reminder is not to romanticize pain, but to teach you how to use pain as your teacher. So hold on, my brothers and sisters, for the wisdom behind your trials is unfolding even when you do not see it. And if you want to see that wisdom clearer and stronger, then stay with me in this journey, because what we uncover next will open your eyes even more to the beauty of patience before marriage. My beloved brothers and sisters, now that we have reminded ourselves that every delay before marriage is preparation and not rejection, let us go even deeper into the wisdom behind these trials, because many people still ask, if marriage is a blessing, why does the path toward it feel so heavy? And I say to you again, sometimes the weight of the path is what makes you strong enough to carry the blessing. When it finally arrives, think for a moment about the reality of marriage itself. It is not just a celebration, it is a lifelong journey that requires patience, respect, forgiveness, sacrifice, and endurance. And if you are not trained in these qualities before marriage, you will struggle to uphold them after marriage. So your Creator allows you to taste small trials now, so you can stand tall in greater tests later. And let me loop this back again so it sinks in. Rejection you face today is teaching you resilience. The financial delay you face today is teaching you responsibility. The heartbreak you face today is teaching you emotional maturity. The family hurdles you face today are teaching you wisdom and diplomacy. All of this is not wasted. All of this is training. And the deeper you go through these trials, the stronger you become. And here is a powerful connection point. Imagine a person who wants to build muscles. They do not become strong by lying down in comfort. They become strong by lifting weights, by enduring resistance, by sweating and straining, and the heavier the weight, the stronger they grow. In the same way, the heavier the trials before marriage, the stronger you grow in patience, the stronger you grow in self-control, the stronger you grow in trust, and the stronger you grow in self-respect. So do not despise the weight of your trials, because that weight is your strength. That struggle is your training, and that patience is your shield. And I ask you again with curiosity, what is better, to enter marriage unprepared and crumble under its pressure, or to enter it refined, polished and ready? Clearly, the second option is wiser, and that is why the merciful allows you to be shaped by trials before handing you the gift of marriage. And let me take you to another perspective. How many times have we seen someone marry out of desperation, only to later realize that they rushed into the wrong hands, and then their life becomes filled with regret, endless arguments, and shattered dreams? And how many times have we seen someone who endured the bitterness of waiting only to later marry into peace, trust, and happiness? Is it not clear that the delay was a blessing? Is it not clear that the heartbreak was protection? Is it not clear that the rejection was direction? And I loop this again so it is never forgotten. Patience now saves regret later. Endurance now builds peace later. Trust now opens the right doors later. And this is the wisdom that many overlook, because when people see you unmarried, they judge you by worldly timelines. They say you are late. They say you are missing out. They say your time has passed. But they do not know that your Creator is protecting you. Your Creator is building you. Your Creator is writing a story for you that is not rushed but perfectly paced. So do not measure your worth by society's clock. Measure your worth by your patience in trials. Measure your worth by your dignity in delays. Measure your worth by your faith in the unseen. And here is another connection point to make this clearer. Think about a traveler at the airport waiting for a flight. Sometimes the flight is delayed, and while the traveler is frustrated, they do not realize that the delay is because the plane is being checked for safety. Would you rather fly on time and risk a crash, or would you rather wait a little longer for safety and peace? In the same way, your delay in marriage is not neglect, it is protection. Your heartbreak is not cruelty, it is safety. Your waiting is not wasting, it is safeguarding. And this is the wisdom of the merciful. Now let me give you a secondary hook that will pull you even deeper. If your story is being delayed because your spouse is still being prepared for you, what if your waiting is not just about you, but about the other person who is destined for you? What if the merciful is working behind the scenes to align two hearts at the perfect moment? Do you see the beauty in this? My brothers and sisters, marriage is not a one-sided story, it is the merging of two stories. And sometimes you are ready, but the other person is not yet ready. Sometimes the other person is ready, but you are not yet ready. So the merciful delays it until both are aligned. And when that alignment comes, it will be beautiful. It will be worth the wait. It will be better than rushing into something that was never meant for you. So the next time you feel delayed, do not only think about yourself, think about the unseen preparation happening for you and for your future spouse, and trust that the delay is wisdom. And I remind you again, if you want to hold this truth in your heart so it shields you from despair, then you are in the right place. because every reminder here is designed to strengthen your hope and protect your dignity. And I say to you, if you are listening right now with pain in your heart, tell yourself once more, my waiting is my training, my heartbreak is my shield, my rejection is my redirection, my delay is my blessing. And say this until your tongue convinces your heart, because the more you repeat it, the more you will live it, and the more you live it, the lighter your burden will become. And if you feel like your burden is too heavy right now, let me give you a call to action from within your soul. Instead of questioning, why me? Start asking, what am I being taught? Instead of cursing your pain, start blessing your patience. Instead of comparing yourself to others, start valuing your own path. And if you want to live this truth, then stay with me, because the journey we are on together is not just about understanding the wisdom behind trials before marriage. It is about transforming your waiting into worship, your heartbreak into strength, your delay into dignity, and your tears into seeds of future joy. And by the time this reminder is complete, I promise you will never look at your pre-marriage trials the same way again. My beloved brothers and sisters, by now we have reminded ourselves again and again that the trials before marriage are not punishments, but preparations, not curses, but blessings in disguise, not delays that steal your worth, but directions that protect your dignity. Yet still many hearts remain restless. Still many nights are filled with tears. Still many young souls feel that they are falling behind in life. So let us go even deeper into this wisdom, because only when the heart fully understands the purpose of pain does it begin to heal. Ask yourself with honesty, what is worse? To enter into a marriage quickly and discover that the person you chose does not value your respect, or to endure a little more waiting and finally unite with someone who sees you as a gift from the merciful? Clearly, the second choice is better. In moments of loneliness, it is hard to see this. So I loop back again to strengthen you. Waiting is not wasting. Heartbreak is not ending. Rejection is not lowering your value. Every one of these moments is shaping you for something better. And let me connect you to another angle. Think of a person who wants to drink water from a pure spring. If they rush, they may end up drinking from dirty puddles on the side. If they walk a little further with patience, they reach the fresh, clean water that truly satisfies. In the same way, if you rush in desperation for marriage, you may end up with regret. But if you wait with patience, you will taste purity. And I want to give you another example that brings this to life. Imagine someone building a house. If they rush and cut corners using weak material, ignoring the foundation, the house may look beautiful on the outside, but will collapse at the first storm. But if they endure the longer process, choosing quality, investing time, strengthening the foundation, the house will last for generations. Your waiting before marriage is like that building process. The foundation is being laid in your character, in your patience, in your self-control, in your trust, so that when the storm of real life comes after marriage, you will not collapse, you will stand firm. And here is a secondary hook to grip your heart once again. What if your tears today are the very bricks being placed in the foundation of your future joy? What if every time you whispered a prayer in your loneliness, it was a stone strengthening your future home? What if every disappointment you endured was a wall being built around your dignity to protect you from harm? Would you not then value your waiting? Would you not then embrace your trials? Because they are not meaningless. They are construction. They are building you into a fortress of patience. And let me loop again so you never forget. Every delay is direction. Every heartbreak is protection. Every test is preparation. And every tear is construction. And when the day comes that you stand with your spouse, you will look back and say, had it not been for my waiting, I would not have tasted this peace. And if you are doubting, even now, whether this applies to you, let me remind you, yes, it applies to you, because the merciful does not test without wisdom, and the merciful does not delay without purpose. Your story is not random, your struggles are not wasted, and your waiting is not ignored. And if you want your heart to believe this, then you are in the right place, because this journey is here to make you see light where others see darkness, to make you see blessing where others see curse, to make you see value where others see failure. Now let me give you another connection point that will bring this wisdom closer. Think about a fruit that is harvested too early. It may look good on the outside, but when you taste it, it is sour and unripe. Yet if you wait until its season, it becomes sweet and nourishing. In the same way, if you rush marriage before its time, you may look settled on the outside, but on the inside it will not be sweet. But if you wait for the right season, your marriage will taste like peace, like mercy, like companionship that uplifts your soul. So my beloved brothers and sisters, do not let the pressure of society push you into harvesting before your season. Do not let the whispers of comparison make you rush into unripe choices. Hold on, trust your season, because when your time comes, it will be worth every tear. And here is a call to action for you right now. Instead of using your waiting time to compare yourself to others, use it to prepare yourself. Instead of wasting your single days on despair, use them on growth. Learn new skills, strengthen your worship, polish your character, heal your wounds, build your dignity, so that when marriage comes, you enter it as a complete person, not as a broken one searching for healing in someone else. And let me tell you this truth, if you do not heal in your waiting, you will bleed in your marriage. But if you heal in your waiting, you will blossom in your marriage. So take this time as your healing season. Take this time as your growth season. Take this time as your training season. And I loop back once more so it settles in your heart. Your waiting is not empty. Your waiting is full of purpose. Your waiting is building you into someone who can love with wisdom, endure with patience, and live with dignity. And if you want this strength, then keep holding on, because the wisdom behind your trials will only reveal its beauty when you trust the one who designed them. And I assure you, my brothers and sisters, the day will come when your patience will shine brighter than all the tears you ever cried. And that day will be sweeter because of the trials you endured before marriage. My beloved brothers and sisters, as we journey further into this reminder, the question grows